Good evening. This is CTV News for June 18th. I'm Michaela Newton.
And I'm Katara Jones. Thanks for joining us. And it's school out for PGCPS.
CTV's Bryce Parker is at Lake Arbor Elementary School with more.
It's the last day of school for PGCPS students, and here at Lake Arbor Elementary School, students and teachers are saying their goodbyes, their see you laters, and they're telling us what they're excited for this upcoming summer.
I'm gonna go to summer camp and do a lot of stuff and a lot of things there.
I was thinking of going going to the park, Six Flags, like amusement parks basically.
I'm excited for the summer because I like the summer. I like to go to the pool to have some fun with my brother.
For the rising sixth graders, it's goodbye to Lake Arbor, but for everyone else, it's see you next year. But to all of her students this year, Principal Southern hopes her Lake Arbor Lions will take advantage of this much-needed time off.
Yes, I hope they take advantage of access to their online interventions because that will be available for them during the summer. But just learning camps, having fun, being outside, getting in the water, reading books. There's so many things that they can do that will encourage their imagination and help with their learning and their thinking.
Whether you're moving on like Marcus or your education is just getting started like Aubrey, the lessons learned at Lake Arbor will not only help these students grow as they continue their education, but Principal Southern also hopes that these students will come back and pour it to their communities.
I look forward to them being able to take the skills that they learn here, taking them out into the world, going into their college lives, their career lives, and then coming back and being able to support our community as they have supported us this year.
I can't wait. I'll move up and up. The farthest my career, here all the way to high school, to college.
Reporting in Lake Arbor, I'm Bryce Parker, CTV News.
And while school is out, it doesn't mean student meals have to be too.
That's why the county school district is bringing back their annual summer meal program. PGCPS will open 16 meal sites across the county to provide free meals to children 18 and younger. Starting on June 23rd, meals will be provided to students enrolled in summer programs.
And from July 7th through the 31st, breakfast will be served to all kids at open sites. Lunch will be available starting July 7th and ending on August 8th. It took 55 minutes for the jury to deliberate and come back with a guilty verdict yesterday in the murder trial of Miriam Torre Sila, the former teacher at Dora Kennedy French Immersion School in Greenbelt. 34-year-old Harold Landon III was found guilty on one count of first-degree murder. Landon now faces a maximum sentence of life without parole. State's attorney and county executive-elect Aisha Braveboy spoke about the trial jury's decision.
He tried to dismember her body so that he could sever any evidence regarding his crime. But today, the jury sent a very strong verdict, and now he is severed from our community.
Sentencing is scheduled for October 17th.
Meanwhile, a political switch-up in Prince George's County is making headlines and history. Two of the county's top leaders are swapping roles. Tara Jackson, who had been serving as acting county executive, is now the new state's attorney. And Aisha Braveboy, who held that role, has been sworn in as county executive. Both women took their oaths in private ceremonies earlier today. Jackson says her return to the prosecutor's office is a return to her roots, and she's ready to get to work.
In the first 30 to 60 days of coming into the state's attorney's office, I'll assess the statistics. I'll take a look at the null process and how our office is doing as it relates to specific crimes. I believe in the state's attorney's office. I believe in the work that the state's attorney's office does. I believe that it's important to this community, that it's critical for the success of our community, and I know that I can lead that office and lead it well.
Jackson's appointment runs through December 2026, but she hasn't rolled out running for the seat herself next year. Brave Boy will hold a public inauguration ceremony tomorrow in College Park.
County Executive-elect Aisha Brayboy is restructuring the office of the county executive as she adds new faces to her administration. Betsy Ramirez has been named as the education liaison in the office of the county executive. With this role, she will work with the school board, interim superintendent Dr. Sean Joseph, and all stakeholders of the Prince George's County school system. Previously, Dr. Anmi Arola was the liaison for PGCPS while also serving as Deputy Chief Administrative Officer for Health, Human Services, and Education. And Vinard Wright has been named as the Director of the Office of Information Technology. He's no stranger to the job as he served previously in the role from 2012 to 2017.
Well, a former member of the Maryland General Assembly has announced his run for a seat on the Prince George's County Council. Victor Ramirez served in the Maryland House and Senate from 2003 to 2019. Now Ramirez is running for the District 2 seat, which is currently held by Wanika Fisher, who is not expected to run. The district includes Mount Rainier, North Brentwood, and Langley Park. The attorney and high school soccer coach says he plans to continue to advocate for working families.
And then quality of life issues, just making sure people feel safe, making sure that you feel safe when you leave the house, making sure you feel safe when you're driving, when you're shopping, making sure your children feel safe at school. I think they can feel confident that when I take office, that they can have someone they can call on, whether it's constituent service, whether it's something dealing with their children, schools, their houses. I think they can feel that if I don't know the answer, I'm certainly going to find you the answer, because I think that's part of our job, is to make sure that our residents feel that they're being listened to.
Ramirez's official campaign launch is set for Saturday, June 28th from 1 to 2:30 p.m. at La Curva Tex-Mex Bar and Grill at 5810 Greenbelt Road in Greenbelt.
7 months after he reported to prison following his conviction on theft and perjury charges, former at-large county council member Mel Franklin has been released. Franklin recently posted this image on social media. He was sentenced last November to 5 years behind bars, with all but one suspended. Franklin pleaded guilty to the charges and was also ordered to pay restitution of more than $130,000. As for the future, current council member Calvin Hawkins has spoken with Franklin and is offering him a job on his staff.
The man has done his time according to what the justice system gave him, and I'm looking forward to working with him and helping him any way I can. Actually, I'm going to bring him on my staff because the brilliance he brings from a legislative process is very important, and I have the courage to bring him on to allow him to help our county move forward.
So you're going to hire him?
Yes.
You told him that?
Yes.
And what did he say to you?
He's excited.
No word yet on when Franklin will start his new job. And summer is officially underway this weekend, and temperatures are expected to climb. Hot and humid weather will be coming to nearly half of the country, including the Washington metro region and Maryland. Temperatures during the middle parts of the day are expected to reach the upper 90s and hold there for several days.
Officials are saying the water temperatures in the Gulf of Mexico and parts of the Atlantic are heating up and causing the rise in heat and humidity that much of the country will experience. This weather pattern is expected to last through the 4th of July. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Michaela Newton.
And I'm Katara Jones. Still to come, President Trump is doubling down on immigration policy.
After the break, find out who and where he's targeting next.
When we have the food we need, we are at our best. we push further. We rise higher. We unlock our full potential. When we are at our best, we have more to offer the world around us. When we have the food we need, we make our communities stronger. Together, we can help everyone get the food they need to thrive. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for months, and whose daughter is due any day. We're with Mike, who's leaving home to protect his family and yours. Thanks to your donations, we're with all service members and their families who need community, connection, and maybe a bit of magic. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
Welcome back. Lawmakers are shaken after a deadly shooting in Minnesota left a state representative and her husband dead and another lawmaker and his wife wounded. The suspect, 57-year-old Vance Bolter, had a hit list targeting Democratic politicians, including Senators Klobuchar, Smith, and Representative Ilhan Omar. Now, Bolter was arrested Sunday after a two-day manhunt, fueling concerns of politically motivated violence. Now, pressure is growing on House Speaker Mike Johnson to increase security funding as threats against lawmakers rise. Meanwhile, immigrant communities in Baltimore are on edge tonight following new comments from President Donald Trump. He's vowing to ramp up deportations, not everywhere, but specifically in Democratic-led cities like Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, and, yes, cities like Baltimore. Trump says he's pausing immigration raids at farms, hotels, and factories, but doubling down on so-called blue cities where he claims, without evidence, that undocumented immigrants are being used to steal elections.
Tonight, we have new details into a fatal shooting in Suitland earlier this month. A second victim has now died of his injuries. The suspect, James Stewart, is now charged with the murders of DeAndre Stevenson and MyAndre McBride. On June 3rd, police found both victims inside of an apartment suffering from gunshot wounds. McBride was pronounced dead on the scene. Stevenson died of his injuries in the hospital on Monday.
And students at the University of Maryland and across the state will be paying more this fall. The University System of Maryland Board of Regents voted Friday to raise tuition and fees at all 12 of its schools, including UMD, citing major state budget cuts. But for in-state undergrads at College Park, tuition will jump 4%. Out-of-state students will see a 2% bump, and mandatory fees are going up 4.5% across the board. That means in-state students will now pay over $12,000 a year and out-of-state students just over $42,000. Graduate students will see similar increases.
The core of the University of Maryland's campus is getting a bright new addition to ease traffic flow. For the first time ever, a spotlight is being added at the intersection of Campus Drive and Regents Drive. It was scheduled to start operating on June 6th, but has been delayed for multiple weeks. This spotlight is one of 3 headed to UMD's way this summer. The lights are a part of the Purple Line light rail project with the goal of managing the flow of pedestrians, motorists, and future Purple Line trains. A nonprofit group is calling on more financial support to better address HIV, STDs, and STIs in the county. During a council meeting yesterday, the body, which serves as the Board of Health, heard from the group known as Us Helping Us. The group works to give education and support to people living with AIDS throughout the Washington metro region and provides HIV and STI screenings. The organization says that Baltimore City, Prince George's, and Montgomery counties combined make up more than 80% of the new HIV cases statewide. The group also says that funding from the Prince George's Health Department is limited and that it has to get additional funding from other resources.
And the Maryland Department of Transportation Motor Vehicle Administration announced today that customers can now request Maryland birth and death certificates at 3 additional branches. Since its implementation in 2021, certificates have been printed at 7 participating branches. Now that number goes up to 10 with branches in Glen Burnie, Beltsville, and White Oak. This expansion is a part of the MVA's One-Stop Shop program, which aims to include more and easier access to state services.
Concerns continue to grow over the direction of Maryland's juvenile justice system. The latest outcry comes following a case where a 17-year-old boy who faces attempted murder charges was released with an ankle monitoring device. In this case, the teen was arrested for allegedly shooting another teenager in a park in Montgomery County last August. Reports show that the teen boy was released in February at the request of the Maryland Department of Juvenile Services. Governor Wes Moore spoke about the changes he wants to see as Betsy Foss-Tolentino takes over the Maryland Department of Juvenile Services.
The thing that we will see is we are going to focus on accountability. We are going to focus on making sure that we can do rehabilitation where we can do rehabilitation, and we need to also focus on things like facilities and operational functions. I'm really excited about what Acting Secretary Betsy Tolentino is going to be able to bring to the department.
Still to come on CTV News.
It's Wednesday, so you know we have the pet of the week. Don't go anywhere.
Might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. You may not even know you have it, but you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand. With early diagnosis, you can change the outcome and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Welcome back. With PG Police Chief Malik Aziz on the short list to lead the Phoenix Police Department, County Executive Aisha Braveboy is set to announce interim police chief for Prince George's County. He is George Nadir. Nadir has more than 20 years with the police force.
He has been with Metro Police since 2016 and became deputy chief with Metro Police. Now, Chief Aziz has been with the department for 3 years. He came from Dallas, Texas. So again, at a presser late this afternoon, Aisha Braveboy announced new interim chief George Nadir.
And according to the Department of Agriculture, a disease spreading among beech trees is getting worse in Maryland. Beech leaf disease, caused by microscopic tiny worm-like animals, live and feed inside the leaf buds and leaves. The disease was first seen in Ohio in 2012 and has since spread rapidly across parts of the U.S. and Canada, including Maryland and Virginia. If you see symptoms of beech leaf disease on trees in Maryland, report it using the Tree Health Survey app. The
United States Department of Agriculture is alerting the public of a recall. Fresh Realm is recalling chicken fettuccine Alfredo products due to possible listeria contamination. The ready-to-eat products were shipped to Kroger and Walmart locations nationwide. Customers who have purchased these products are urged not to consume them and to throw them away or return them to the store.
And get a scoop of this, Breyers has also issued a recall for a popular ice cream due to a misprint on the packaging, affecting over 6,000 cases across the U.S. The company's Rocky Road ice cream was accidentally packaged in the tub for chocolate truffle ice cream, which stated may contain tree nuts. It was then packed with a Rocky Road lid, which explicitly declared almonds as an ingredient in the ice cream.
Governor Wes Moore announced today the first round of grant recipients of Road to Careers, the 6-year, $24 million investment into the state's transportation infrastructure. The $4 million in grants awarded today will provide almost 1,200 workers with training in construction and maintenance, with goals of meeting critical industry demand. Governor Wes Moore says the grant will help the state close the racial wealth gap and increase the number of highly skilled workers.
It's time to pause for our pet of the week, and this one's sure to hop right into your heart. Meet Teddy, a unbelievably sweet 3-year-old New Zealand white mix with a fluffy coat and big expressive eyes.
Teddy has been at the shelter since May 19th. Animal Services says Teddy may be a little shy at first, but with gentle care and a calm home, he'll warm up fast.
I would recommend for him a litter box with his hay and bedding. They can be litter box trained. You can keep him in a rabbit cage and have a playpen so he can come out and run around. They do need a lot of exercise for them to have a good life and everything. If you're looking for something that's quiet, kind of like a cat but not quite, just because they can be litter box trained, they'd be good in an apartment, but they can be a lot of work with cleaning and everything. They do go to the bathroom a lot.
He's so cute. Now, if you would like to adopt Teddy or any of his hopping friends, call Animal Services at 301-780-7200. And don't move. Simon Buggs is here with our Wednesday sports page.
That's right, and I hear he's talking about some summer leagues. What's going on, Simon?
Okay, CTV Sports family, it's time for the Wednesday Sports page. Fans gathered at DeMatha High School last night to watch the best public and private high school players in the DMV face off against each other. In the opening quarter, the public school All-Stars got the first bucket of the night thanks to this made transition layup from Kalen Chilton. And soon after this putback lay-in from private school All-Star Danny Abbas got his team their first points of the matchup. As the quarter continued, the private school All-Stars were able to jump out in front and build a lead. And with 2 minutes and change left in the quarter, this sweet dime from Julian Bergdorf to Frank Bay for the slam dunk, some missed jumpers from the public school All-Stars, and these two made tray balls, one from Bergdorf and another one from Logan Jones, had the team up 24-15 going into the second quarter. To start the second quarter, this cross-court pass from Chilton to Keon Scott, who buried the long-range jumper, and Chilton making another nice play, nailing this step-back triple, kept the public school's All-Stars deficit at just single digits. But as the quarter went on, Bay doing a nice job of running the floor and finding the open man in Jones, who knocked down the three-pointer, and Bay continuing to show off his passing skills with the no-look to Abbas, who made another triple for the team, had the private school All-Stars lead at double digits by the end of the quarter, being up 52-40 at halftime. In the end, the private school All-Stars kept their lead and got the W, winning the ball game 107-84. Moving on to the world of baseball, some sad news from the Baltimore Orioles as prospect Luis Guevara passed away recently. This comes after the Venezuelan native was involved in a jet ski crash this past Sunday in Florida. Guevara was signed by the Orioles in 2023 as a free agent and played 24 games for Single-A Delmarva Shorebirds, 4 with the FCL Orioles, and 2 with Double-A Chesapeake Bay Sox, all minor league affiliates of the Baltimore Orioles. Guevara was just 19 years old. And sticking with the Orioles, the team took down the Tampa Bay Rays yesterday, 5-1. The Black and Orange will try to make it 2 wins in a row against Tampa Bay when the teams play again tonight at 7:35. And lastly, the Washington Nationals lost their second game to the Colorado Rockies last night, 10-6. Game 3 of the series will be held tonight also at 6:45. And that is your Wednesday sports page. Simon Buggs, CTV Sports.
All right, Simon, thanks so much for that report. And that wraps up CTV News for now. Thanks so much for joining us.
We'll see you again on Friday. Good night.